Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylin. If you haven't been here before, please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. But let's get to it. So today we are going to be talking about primers. What they are, who should wear them, when to wear them, all that kind of stuff. So we're just gonna get right into it. I personally believe that everyone should be wearing primers. I think that they can really elevate your makeup game to a new level. They can really address a lot of issues with makeup if you're having any. One caveat is if you're just looking for extra moisture, which some people can, and if you're doing it right after your skincare routines, like if you get up in the morning, do your skincare, and then immediately do your makeup, you may not necessarily need a primer if all you'd be doing is doing a moisturizing one. But primers are meant and designed to, one, go under makeup, and two, to help with the longevity of makeup. So even if you do have a moisturizer on, it's not a terrible idea to, oh, there's the cat again. That will most likely happen in almost all my videos. So even if you are applying a moisturizer, applying an additional primer may help with the longevity of your makeup, and it might help with the application of your makeup as well. So I'm going to talk through some of the categories of primers, because primers can have different functions other than just increasing the wear of your makeup. I want to talk through some of those categories, as well as talk about some particular products that fit under each category. So we're just going to start off with a basic moisturizing primer. So these are nice because they're pretty much moisturizers that are designed to go under makeup. So they're designed to at least not decrease the wear time of your makeup. So pretty much a cult favorite is the SmashBox Photo Finish Primerizer. I'll have photos popping up. That one is pretty much, I mean, it's a primerizer, like the name says it all, right? You have a primer and a moisturizer. I've had a mini of it. I really enjoyed it, but it's on the more expensive side, so I haven't repurchased it. And I have a lot of minis that I'm currently going through, so I would recommend it. But if you're looking for a drugstore dupe, I haven't personally tried this one, but other people on YouTube that I've seen have recommended the Catrice Prime and Fine Aqua Fresh Hydro Primer as a good dupe. It has a slightly different texture, but the wear of it seems to be exactly the same. So those are two really nice hydrating primers. If you're putting on mattifying products, if you're putting on lots of powder, it's a good idea to start with a nice hydrated base. That way, if you are oily, your oils won't overproduce if they get too dried out. And if you're dry to begin with, it's nice to have that extra layer of moisture before you go on with all of your other products. So the next category that we're going to be talking about is pore filling. These are often silicone based, though some of them aren't. The pore filling technology, the smoothing technology, has been evolving to not include as many silicones while still doing the same thing. Pore filling primers can be occasionally problematic with people with oily skin. The silicones and the oils just kind of slide around on each other just with the chemical properties of each. It can actually reduce the wear time of your makeup. But it's something, if you are wanting to try it, like if you have enlarged pores, if that's a concern that you have, I would recommend getting a mini of a primer to see if it works rather than investing in a large thing of it. So two that are very, very popular is the Benefit Porefessional primer, and that comes in multiple different varieties, but their basic one is just pore filling. And the other one is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty primer, which is supposed to be a dupe for a Tatcha primer. I've tried both. I actually prefer the e.l.f. one. I think that they're great. They do what they want, like they do what they're trying to do, but I have oily skin, so the Benefit can be a little bit problematic. I feel like my makeup just kind of slides around a lot more. Then there are color correcting primers. Color correcting can be a step in multiple different parts of your makeup routine, maybe you do color correcting concealers or in skincare, whatever, but primers can also be a place where you can color correct. So typically green will correct red, and then peach will correct dark circles or dark spots, which typically have a bluish purple undertone to them, and the peach corrects that. So I'm trying to do like a high-end and a affordable one for each category. So the LA Girl Pro Prep HD Color Correcting Face Primer, they have them in a bunch of different shades that are helpful for correcting, but I just have this one up. And the next one is the SmashBox Photo Finish Even Skin Tone. SmashBox has a lot of different photo finish products, and one of them is a color correcting. So then we move on to the Dewy / Illuminating ones. Sometimes you can see it be like pearlescent priming, but pretty much the point of that is to make you look dewy. Sometimes they do have straight up shimmer in them, which is a personal taste. I prefer moisturizing over illuminating / dewy, because I feel like some of the illuminating ones can quite literally just be like a liquid highlighter on your face. But if you're going in with really mattifying foundations and powders, it can be a really nice base to kind of cut through the mattifyingness of it, make you look like you've drank enough water pretty much. So 2 dewy / illuminating primers. The first one is the Becca First Light Priming Filter, and then there's the NYX High Glass Face Primer. I've tried the Becca one, I have not tried the NYX one. So then going to the opposite side of the spectrum are mattifying primers. So these are what they say they do. They're designed to make you matte. They can also be one of the products that make your makeup last the longest, just because they're really, really designed to control your oils, and your natural oils coming through are pretty much the biggest reason why your makeup wears off, and besides you touching your own face. So the mattifying primers keep the oils at bay, which makes your makeup last longer. But just make sure to be moisturizing your skin well if you're going with really heavy duty mattifying primers. So for those, I have the Infallible Pro Matte Lock Primer. The L'Oreal has a ton of these Infallible products. I've used both of the foundations. I've used the powder. I have not used the primer though. And then there's the Urban Decay All Nighter Face Primer to go with the other All Nighter products, which I've heard really, really great things about. Okay, so there are 2 more categories left. The next one we're going to talk about is gripping primers. So these are really designed, they're tacky, and they're designed to really hold on to your foundation, and it's kind of one of the other ways to really have long wearing makeup other than mattifying, because if you're dry you don't necessarily want to be using mattifying primers, but these primers really, really grip on to your foundation, and can help make your foundation last a really long time. So a really, really popular one is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. That one kind of took everyone by storm. It's a favorite. And the other one is the NYX Honey Dew Me Up Skin Serum and Primer. So they both can be tacky on the skin, and those can be a little fussy to work with. You want to make sure that they're dry, like have time to set on your skin, or else they can pill up while you're trying to put on foundation. And the last category that I'm going to talk about are multi-purpose primers. So these are primers that serve more than one function. A really popular one is pore filling and hydrating, or pore filling and illuminating. But you can also do skin treatments, like skincare treatments within them as well. So there's the Benefit Porefessional Pearl Primer, which is their luminous primer, and there's also the Cover FX Mattifying Primer with acne treatments. So both of these serve multiple functions. If you have multiple different concerns that you are wanting to address with one primer, look into it. It might exist out there. Obviously you can't have a dewy mattifying primer in the same. That doesn't work. If you get really oily in the T-zone, put a mattifying one on the T-zone, and then put a different one on the rest of your face. So you can totally layer primers as much as you want. But I hope that this was helpful. Everything that I talked about will be linked in the description box. If you guys have any questions, please put them in the comments, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.